that run the holidays, isn't it? You know, would there be holidays without us? I'm not quite sure they would happen. I was even talking to one of the guys, and he said, yeah, I don't need that wrapping paper. Why you got to put wrapping paper on it? Just buy it. Stick it under the tree. We're going to be shopping. We're going to be doing all this, getting everything prepared. Not to mention standing in line at the post office. Did I tell you that one? We've got all these things, errands here, there, and everywhere. How can we make it less crazy? How can we do what we plan what we do, and have it be a little bit more how we want it, peaceful? You know, I think of it like I'm a runner. So I think many of you think of the holidays as a sprint. You know, I ran cross country and did some of the long distance, and I also ran track, and I ran the shorter distance, one time around the track for a 400 or two times for an 800. And if we think of the holidays as a sprint, it can be really crazy. You know, because think about it. Let me remind you, in 2 weeks, we have Halloween. In 6 weeks, we have Thanksgiving. And in 9.5 weeks, we have Christmas. Is that a surprise to any of you? Now, I know all of you have calendars. If you didn't know that, then you're either in denial, you're trying to hide from it. But we have 9.5 weeks until Christmas. So, and I think some of you are going to start to think you're sprinting. And it's like, oh, we're going to run to this and run to that and run to that. And I want to encourage you to think of it more like a longer race or a marathon. Because who watched the Summer Olympics? Did you watch any of the track? Any of you see Lightning Bolt? Remember, he won the 100 and the 200. And he seemed to have more energy to spare. He's like going like this and smiling at people. And it's like, he seemed to have extra energy. But did you watch any of the other people? They were like flat on their stomachs and falling down and exhausted. And they don't even run it for 10 seconds, maybe 20. We got weeks to go. We got to think of this more like a marathon. And I'll tell you the benefit of that. When you're in a marathon or when you're in a longer race, you've got time to look around. You've got time to check out. Am I on course? Am I where I want to be? If you're running a longer race and you're thinking about the holidays where you have plenty of time, everything's okay, everything's good, you can make a plan, and then if you're a little off course, get back on course. That's the beauty of it. So I'm going to use an analogy. When I was in high school and we'd go to some remote location to run a cross-country race. And I'm going to talk about 3 points today: vision, plan, and action. Because I'm going to suggest if you don't have all three, you're not going to get to your goal. It's not going to happen because you have to have all three. When we would go and I wouldn't know the course. So we would check out the course, and I'd jog along and see, oh, we got to go up this hill and go around this tree and maybe around a lake. So I'd have a picture of what it was going to be like. Have you thought about your next 9.5 weeks? What does it look like? What do you want it to look like? Have you thought about the vision of that, the picture? Picture each holiday. What do you want it to be like? The second one is a plan. And if you don't have a plan, you might be off target of what you want for that vision. So I would make a plan. Oh, within the first mile, I want to be in the top 50, because you start one of these races with like 100 girls. So I want to be in the top 50. And by mile 2, I'd want to be in the top 20. And by mile 3, I'd want to be in the top 10. Didn't always make it, but you have to have a plan. And sometimes I would plant my parents in locations I thought I'd be exhausted, and they're yelling and supporting me. Would really help me. Do you have some kind of plan during your holidays? Plan now for coffee with a friend on X day to help you slow down. Something that's going to help you, or maybe make a shopping date with someone, or whatever will help in your plan keep you on track. Make a date with yourself to review your plan. And then action is the third one. And we have to take action or we'll never get there, okay? Because I got the vision of where the track was, and then I have the plan. But when that gun goes off, it's me just stepping and taking each step. So we're going to go through that. Pull out your piece of paper. It should be in the center, or maybe you've already passed it out if you haven't. Pass that around. We're going to talk about vision.